Yesterday I had a winning trade on GBP NCD. Actually, I'm going to show it to you. So it was $1,177. Don't look at the last one because that's just some money maybe it's hard to see. The last $500 is just some capital I added manually. In general, I add about 500 or maybe $1,000 or $1,500 manually to my live account. But anyway, this trade was a bit over $1,000 winning profits on a swing trade I took this week. So I'm going to show you the reason why I took the trade. Let's go to the charts and see what I am talking about. Okay, so we're on the charts now, and you can see I took the trade on Monday, the 6th of June. Now it's the 10th of June. Now it's Friday. Yesterday it was Thursday, the 9th. So the reason I took the trade was really on the weekly chart. Usually I use the daily chart mostly to look for my setups. Sometimes I also look on the weekly chart. But I look for the exact same kind of setups. It was just that the weekly chart was a little bit more easy to see in this case. So the only thing I did before I got into this trade was I went to this GBP NCD weekly chart, and I could see this high and this high. And to the left, I could actually see nothing until like 2016. So that's actually 10 years ago. And for the recent years and months, nothing really price hasn't been this high for a long time. So the reason that I took this trade was basically price came up in the past up here to about the red line. Then it had a sell-off. It happened again, came up here, and it started to sell off. Actually, it happened here again, and it started to sell off. And that's the only reason I took the trade, was because of a resistance zone on the weekly chart. Then I placed a red line. Sorry, this is not red. It was red anyway. I placed it here before price got there. I right clicked and I click add alert, and I added an alert and placed it right on top of the red line. So when my alert went off, which almost happened last week, you can see it was close last week, but it didn't go off. This week it did go off on Monday. And that's when I entered the trade for 1-to-1. You can see it already have a quite big run up here with no retracement. So it's a likely thing that could happen when price come up here, that it actually have some kind of retracement for this weekly candle. So that's when I entered right here. We can look at a daily chart as well. I had placed these lines. I knew where price was on the weekly. Price came in here. Like you can see here on the 6th of June. This is 6th of July. That's when price came into the alert. I took the trade, and then it started to go a little bit into drawdown, which is fine. I don't have any specific entry model other than entering at a very reasonable place, and I go for a one-to-one, a reasonable one-to-one trade. So if price starts to go against me right away, too far, maybe halfway to the stop, sometimes 1/3 or 2/3. There is an old saying that cut your losses short and let your winners run. And I think it's very important, especially to not always let your you basically don't want your stop to be hit. It's just there in case. And then you can monitor price. You can see on the 1 hour chart, and if it starts to go up here like 50%, or that's where I maybe would have closed it. But that didn't happen. It just came a little bit into drawdown, and then price started to sell off. We can go to the 1 hour chart and we can see what happened. So you can see I entered the trade here. It came down a little bit to profit, a little bit into drawdown, and then the sell-off starts. It went quite down. It had a retracement, and now it had another sell-off. So I actually didn't hold it all the way to the profit target, which if I had done it, it would have actually been a winner by now. The reason that I didn't do it is because yesterday was Thursday and it was kind of late late New York session. Price was about down here when I closed it. I had risked quite a lot on this trade, so I thought, okay, it's Thursday, it's the end of the week. What could happen is just like here, price comes down, it comes up again. Now price down. I thought, since it was Thursday and on the weekly candle we can see we already have a really good sell-off this week. This is the weekly candle. It could end with going up, or at least next week it could end with going up, and I didn't want to take that risk because I already made quite a lot of money. And the most important thing is actually very simple. It's just I made a little bit more than I probably would have if I would have lost the trade. So if the trade would have gone down here, maybe I would have stopped it at 50% or even before. Maybe let's say it was 50%. Well, if this was a 50% stop, then the risk to reward would still make sense, because now I made more than 50%. So that's the thing. Like I said before, you just want to make a little bit more when you're right versus when you're wrong. So yeah, and I also was risking quite a lot on this trade, so that's not another reason. I risked a lot because I think it's a good setup, but yeah. So that's it. I'm stoked about this trade. I also called it in my free Telegram channel. So I also have a few other trades setups that I'm currently looking at, and I'm going to show them to you. Let's go back to the chart again. Let me see. Yeah. So GBP AUD, this is a daily setup. I don't overcomplicate this stuff because it's not that hard. You just need to have a lot of patience because it takes some time for this to set up. The good thing about this is that you don't need to sit in front of the chart all the time. You just need to place your alerts and wait for them to go off. And when they go off, you don't have to hurry straight into taking the trade, but you want to do it, of course, quite soon after you see it. So again, it's the same thing as before, but now we're on the daily chart. Price comes up here and it starts to sell off. That's the only reason I'm going to take this trade again. I have an alert here. GBP AU crossing, yeah. So I wait all the way to price gets up here. If price gets up here, I'm going to enter a position. Probably, I don't overthink this, but probably something like this, maybe. Does it make sense? Yes. So this pullback was about this big. This pullback was about this big. It makes sense to have it something like this, maybe a little bit shorter. Then if price start to go against me, you can see then most likely, or what I hope to see, is that it will react from this one. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen, but it's a good risk structure, because if it doesn't bounce from this kind of area around here, then it's better to just close it a little bit early. But if it does bounce, like the GBP NZD trade that I just showed you, if it does bounce, then it's quite likely to actually hit the profit target. So that's the only reason why I'm going to take this trade. I'm not going to overthink this, because I don't really need to overthink it. I just need to win a little bit more than I lose to be a profitable trader, and I need to have some good amount of capital to trade with. My live account now is about $7,000. And most of this is not even trading profits. It start to be more and more now, but it's just I'm adding more and more from my personal funds into my trading account, and now I'm able to scale my positions because of that, because I am a profitable trader. So now I'm able to scale my positions bigger and bigger. But yeah. Enough talking. That's the one trade I'm looking at. Mainly GBP AUD is what I'm looking at now. And then we have USD CHF as well. It's probably going to take some more time, because all of these are daily candles. But if price comes up here, then I think it's reasonable to take a one-to-one trade here as well. When it comes up here, take a sell position here. So yeah, I'm stoked. I had a good profit again on GBP NZD this week. And hopefully GBP AUD will soon set up. if you want to follow my trades for free, then I have a Telegram channel where I actually show when I take the entries. Right after I take the entries, I'm going to show you the entries, and also when I close the trades, I'm going to say when I close the trades, and also basically the reason for why I took the trade, like I'm doing now. You can join the channel for free and follow it, and of course decide. It's all on you. Trading is all on you, of course. But I want to say that if you're going to trade this way, you have to actually have some capital. You can't just trade with $100. It doesn't make any sense. You won't make anything. But if you have like 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 or more, then it does make sense to trade this way. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.